Torch Media Africa niyoro bari munonga kugumana otwegitaho kandi ninkusima akarenjireho iyo wa subscribingire owatireho like owatireho no wa sharingire haro comment mu YouTube ine eri ku appreciating we bari kusima ubutoshe ntasime bro wagereza so mwe no bumuriyo n'umusima nitwe katongere mamani tuteke yongera comment na munonge zo kutugambera twindure mu kayi tutereze nka tuza kusimira kimwe subscription ejo ni chikuru munonge kanku yuzuye kutayira Torch Media Africa news website torchmediaafrica.co.ug hariyo amakuru minji munonga kandi ko kunyoshire ni kigamba yekumire ninga yeteko mu kumanya ubwire bwona ekija kuyamba omushija no wategando mu kanwa ka mugenzi we ekiwaye go mu guest unata yayisa ni kikuyamba Torch Media Africa for the first time katukore mu mpinduka nce ahabwa emberero ho mwihanga twosirentuleta entertainment zita business this time around tushitamire twikirizana nka management we do a piece of politics ni kiguma kujya unza kuza deep tutakamanyira kukira but it always starts with the first step nata yaisa a seasoned politician veteran journalist if I may say that kinkomanya abakirimo omuriyeje profession. I used to like him when he was still doing his shows on Vision Radio. So twatanchiro kwempora twanywana better I turn to a politician. Yona nzakumanya akihirira nkai kandi kuzom politics ninga no mu yagogwa birombanya mahurre kugira ngo bazombye gutegeke ndi Edson Chinene umutebe kanisa program lechibozi kako washoro mutene
nakushemererwa
nyine nakira segonda nakushemererwa yanjura abari kutureba obagambire neyiwaruka okuba tukatukumanyirira hambeho za FM tukumanye yiwagiro yire politics ese wakurebera ukace
nakushemererwa mwana wanje Kinene na naba Torch Media Africa
bari
entebe kansana jukunda kandi tuzakushaje ko mu rumogo kureba ngo mwahikaha goals zanyu set goals atari mu kubanganiza bari Sir Khoi-Khoi ndiyo munyashema kandi ndiyo musayansa nkakoro media emyaka 15 different media houses donko bona kuwa hishire nashanga ngo mama ko kuzara abana ayishimira atanga kugira ngo ngo no wa Khoi-Khoi
shintu muhura
radio so narana bana twegise bona bagira media bashomere bakaturaba mu mukono mu internship nachi so to narangu it was high time for me to create space for upcoming also to take charge to bahabura rubaju nabo bakora ibyentunguka mu media fraternity. So that's why I chose to retire. Nazo mu science binje bankoratera munonga nkatwine project ya cloud condensation project
cloud seeding
ito akoreye bicu twatungenjura so na politics nzurumu so mbwe ndi mu ya Uganda akwenda kutayita fari ombyentunguka bitare mumwe bamwe
katuje n'emporo tatwirukiza media ukagitaha mota kandi urukuza kujirugamo kagisigota
media kuna irize kushoma University of Dar es Salaam kuna garishino mu Uganda wirobwe radio bakana bagita dembe kabetandikire mu Kampala na zona bakora production. I was doing production manager. Then from there Frank Tumwebaze moya ndebire nijana za Kamwenje nabeka production manager wabo
Voice of Kamwenje
radio wiro kana bagita Rwenzori Efrembe I think it was 2009 2009 wawe watandikire so naza Kamwenje obwire bwa Kamwenje bukabugumire ejidomara cyamizi twacugure kumishatu there was no even rentals kutunga ho kubyama. It was very hard by then but I appreciate atuwaza Kamwenje aruka akora asi abantu babyama amizigariyo so it has been a very long journey for people in Kamwenje. So media obutwagiremu eka very serious munonga imwaba Touch Media mukamtine space by then. It was either radio station abakuba social media beketa kabire munonga yamana munonga. I remember even internet by then tukatwesa aba Uganda Telecom nobo yabagaba broadband bine cha CDMA isime chibe bateka ha station ameza chikubahereza internet. But now it is really
a phone can provide internet.
A phone can provide internet. Every person can provide news regardless where he is or where. So by then nana kwiyaho tukatugena na recorders as a tape omufield
chango
ojo kiteko mu system deno playing ihamaraka oga transferring oga computer deno zo mukuru edit deno edit. It was a very huge struggle.
Ikatungaho chance kirikode echo nakire binja baba media basi yabagire mtu bakuchima kashanga umugezi Elliot kabangira chini
so nchite turikodi we hamaraka ugateka computer deno ubona processing either byte or an advert. So it was a struggle. But now technology has simplified everything. Esimuno recording zo mufirodi. So it was a really hassle. Hato okutwa gitandikire ningo okutwa gisigiro bwirogo.
Before you kutugambe ko watsigire atu warugota hafurembe kuza radio 5 ako ni mangu na radio 5
hafurembe naza change jo FM by then akaro mshana mweta Honorable Aston Kajara akari Minister of Investment by then and the politician of MP of Mwenge South yatanikeyo change jo FM naza yona akorayo as a programs manager mkani ni mwana wa jino mweta Africano hati na RDC bamtire kamwenje noto wentukoraho kuna enkarugayo 2000 and actually nkandi mkaho banteresimo umuntu yanteresimo yangira ati turgo mu State House bagize no basa kutukora murumo twatwenda Kampala basinchana transport I went to Kampala nabwo no mushano mwita bakashaba Christopher
bubu ile State House keta kutinisa nkahata
ekere tinso bwirobo
kozi umuntu wamugamba State House ate nabazaje ati drone ejo
izina kweta nabo kwiha muri kari tanguhi so bangira ngo hati noza ku twene to manage radio 5 mu Rushere. So naza Rushere I think I was in Rushere 2011 na managing radio najukoro mu mugamana munonga kungana gambe cha nyirino wasa kusheka. So when I was Rushere I remember it was 18th December 2011 twataisa president kaisire kora show. So kuya bari ambeho by then 2011 tukatune power fluctuation amashanza gakagarwa munonga bakandi bahindura line y'amashanyarazi bakutaye ubu biyo mahato buroho. So amashanza gakagagina munonga. So as a manager my mind told me president wasako bana agamba amashanyarazi gagende and by then tukatine za UPS what so amashanyarazi nagiyeho na to generator. So unfortunately when we were in the middle of the show generator yara
amashitagawa
tagarawire I don't know what happened. Generator yara abantu batandika basirike Khoi-Khoi yaraye so but the changer was ekeri na ino mashanyarazi even the president didn't know ngo mashanyarazi gagenda. So aho batandika Khoi-Khoi yo guno FDC imwenuke na sabotaging because nabwenkana mbuze kibuza amashanyarazi kuza kurugaho. So kubuza umuntu amashanyarazi gakargaho. So it was like intentional. But I appreciate people in Chiruhura. I worked with them, they became my friends and we did a very great job. So konkanda wenta kajire Chiruhura nkabanza za radio keta nchire fotopoto bakujeta beta FM na tobya science
tiyoba kweta border to border hatu
Capite FM kajigura frequency niyo ko isomo Western Uganda frequency ejo. Then kuna rujire
beta
kuna jiri Rushere. Beta was between Changejo and Radio 5. So kuna rujira Radio 5 na zaha na zombi anje bya radio byantama. I decided to pursue other things, but finally when I was in Kampala Kafoko called me and ati Jambarara and they have been searching about someone who can do us better. Jambarara yansincho tushita nawe ni jambarara naba their news editor for some good time. I edit for them really for some good time. When I sent
let me call it
call it off. He never chased me. We reached an agreement. I was one of the highly paid people there. Because so radio nkajimana mu winji media ninjetegereza every corners.
But at least hariho wundi kumanya uri kujoti kuyabira atari Khoi-Khoi kuntara already someone I know is a friend of mine.
Very many people.
And I really like that. I used to like vision okuyatandikira ikatandika n'ekintu kiri unique on broadcasting. Mwebale munonga really.
Yes.
We are talking about that shift from one station to another. Isente nazo zikazi hiduka ninga
obwire obwo abakamba ba radio bakaba takushushura. Actually omugigo ndakorire abe nashashura. I think it was no way in Korea State House by then. Akasende kakashera kwija konka kafoko. Nashashura. Akashashura je sente zitu mbwe new media ina enjo injira kasente kandi kari kinjo. Abakoba tukatuba tulinka Kamwenje. By then I was in Kamwenje, I was earning 150. Nyina abendinka akuratira nka manager obwiro abantu bakaba tunge mutware 3
nchimanisa manager kana abona ki 15
manager kana tunga by then like 250 bamwita wire ngamba atana akora mu State House no kuchebera ibyo kurya bya president byo kuza kuriya is a nutritionist nuwabe na tunge mutwaro nka 25 nyina abenkura to 15 ongana bwe bakwayesha tu bakwaye so it was a really hard time ncho kutera umuranga abantu bakutandika media mushashura abantu. It is very important mushashura abantu because all your media your status is change.
True.
Status change tokari akatoga street you have to have a decent life. Onkana bokoro umuntu abanye makuru no shano mushashura umushara kunka yaguriye gwahwira. He has to pay rent, he has to look good. So it is very hard.
Some of us have families
they have to take care of families, so it is very hard. Ncho kushanga ati media houses genzire newa mu abantu abamani kushanga uri mu radio ngo nkamazine gwabo hurura bakoyikoye batuguragara bayi mehiso those big names because radios cannot afford and for them the money they pay them is too little to sustain their families.
Now I have a question that I've always wanted to ask. Kunkanta hanshobirwo kunda chikubuze omwe musho muntu ntwire niwe we've been together on the street for some time. Kunka ni mango ari no dijoro kwenda kuchetegereza. How do you come up with the name Sir Khoi-Khoi? Is it your real name? Ninga very street rekoronda says.
Hati Sir Khoi-Khoi na mazina ganje genyini national ID driving permit is where they are. Konka it was Khoi-Khoi. Then sir I happened to njomba ne Uganda bacha batunjira umugisha ubwo kubuganaho Queen wa Bungereza atakafire nabyo mwe bya teknolojia tukatwine competition in UK. I adopted that sir title. I have my certificate home. I think around 2014 tukatwine bya teknolojia and I was the best. So Queen kwa kushaking umungaro
yakwata
umungarati yaje tamfine sa you adopt sa because abakuba baine nabantu ba following and abantu bahurura so they send you a certificate of recognition that Queen has called you sir or king and then you can also pass it mtabanu wawe kamwenuka inheritance. So if I have a son I can pass through the title to him
and they also become sir.
So abantu bano bajani nchetera tinchetera but I'm Sir Khoi-Khoi, that's my name on my national ID, driving permit, all documents.
Khoi-Khoi ne kigambo cy'Uruganda.
Khoi-Khoi ne kigambo cy'u South Africa Zulu kikumanisa men among men abashija omubashija. It is a South African name.
I thought it was Khoi-Khoi because poetry omubaganda muwaza kugana ninga kushakuza kuno nyanga kushakushaku dia atobagaje Khoi-Khoi dia.
It is a borrowed word and the origin of the name tunaje kugambira my father akaine munwanu we akuruga South Africa, so he came to visit us in village in Shema. So that day when I was born is the day that friend was there, so he's the one who said you should name this gentleman Khoi-Khoi, my name. I've also visited him in South Africa. He's a very, very rich man. He's in mining sector. So he's the one who gave me the name as a friendship between me and my dad and him.
So you also become a friend to the friend.
To the gentleman.
Actually,
his sons are my friend.
son.
Yes,
I like that. Before we dive into the topic today, I saw it important to understand this kind of background.
Yes.
Being a politician, they would want to know about to know about you more. This transition from media to science, ati yone ije takuja ngo rugomo mu media uzo mu science obe biomedical engineer. How does that
initially nkashoma computer science at my bachelor level from University of Dar es Salaam. Kuna rejireyo by then computer science here it was like even now abana kushoma computer science it is very hard kurangura batunge mirimo. Instead you find them developing some small things. So da kora diploma ya journalism and communication. By then I was in Kamwenje, so I used to study at Light College Ibanda. Nihona akore diploma ya makuru. So kuna rejeyo I didn't stop studying because I had background in computer science. I thought maybe biomedical engineering can do me, but actually kashoma biomedical engineering at level of masters. Even university wanishenjeza kubashoma saba master because they have been advertised to get someone with masters at my age in biomedical engineering konka akabuzire. So they have been coercing me to do that job. So kuna rejireyo kwena janta let me continue studying biomedical engineering. Actually I did my masters from University of Kentucky in South Africa, I mean in the United States. So I'm a qualified and certified biomedical engineer. Now kuna ajire muna shangangu some equipments now they use nuclear. So na wena na shoma diploma ya nuclear science. So because some systems CT scans, modern CT scans and it's nuclear is kutamba cancer and it is very rare shano basa kuja operating. So I have a company called Biomedical Engineering. We do a lot of partnership with big companies, and previously wakawa supplying irwa rechoma konkaba kuja no one should tamper with it until the company that has applied baba nibyo bachekwatira. So shange choma kiri mu irwaro ya government it is stuck kiri gukora kokaba tegerizo ri mu service kabaho. Yes. Now for us when we came with experience we said we must bridge the gap. So we signed contract with those companies because hospital equipment is very expensive. So we do some memorandum of understanding with them to take charge of servicing and repair of equipment in Uganda. So to bridge the supplying companies. So that's what we do. So now that diploma in nuclear science. So that's where I am now.
That's great. How do you join politics then?
In 20
because now biomedical engineering itself is hugely paying.
Yes. So
in politics,
being in newsroom, automatically you're a politician.
True.
That's what I can tell you.
True.
Or your newsroom, you're a politician because every day you have a political story. Every day you have to read a political story. So when I in 2021 na janta wenchita kwesimba omukaruru because of our name everyone knows nazo mukaruru kwa mayor Shema municipality. By God's grace we are 6 people were second. Ayabankora tirakaye no 200 ayansinjire akaye no omutwara gumone cheka akaye no omutwara gumone 12 and I was opposition. I was in opposition. Nkandio Alliance for National Transformation na mwana wanje mpisha muntu nazo mukaruru twakazamu twasindika. It was my first attempt ko kabantu bankunda bampubu kandi wajaba kabatara ba NRM nabo kwiba nkansingira karuru because
taro politician no batakwiba
tuino batakwiba but banyu ko nako wasa kugira but by God's grace I thank God that you have abantu umutwaro gumane kumwe bakukuratira
for the first time
bakubirivingiramu your message is not a joke.
Wewe munonga let's take a short commercial break tugaruka kandi tuzaganira aha political wave iri mu Uganda. Parliament of recent through speaker wa wishenjero kangambe Juru Nyankuru mutata mu rujungu bakikiriza nkishenjero ngo batandike kugira enshitama umubyanga gihangeri for the first time kachitaka bahoga kandi bikiriza already urushitama rwo kubanza rwarize kubaho mu district ya Gulu kurugira report rukagenda je bariyo ni ba planning kuza umu eastern na western yo baraheruka nabo bakushitama muri mbari umujenyo wunta yayise Sir Khoi-Khoi habo kugira ngo akija Ugandan Politics nyenda tuganire relevance yenshitamezi umubyangere sitting emwe ne mara billion 20 health center emwe kanko health center 3 waza kureba budget yayo medical supplies allowances nebindi kebyo noshanga bikwato muri million kare katugambe 1 billion unkushanga bintu bitari. Is it relevant kushanga tugire nshitamezi umubyanga bitari umwe na bimwe niyo shonga tukuzaganiraho no mujenyo wuta yayise short commercial break. Touch Media Africa tugaruka. Kurika yuko mukahumura itwaza kuhumura twantuganira hanshonga ya enshitama zishenjero umubyanga mujenyo wanje wunyine na namukwanjurire twagera na background ejo ndingo twagira unkakamaze kwise subscription ejo neja kutwera cyangwa munonga kongera kusyaho ebyo rukwetaka sharing echamani munonga nabwe kiteka hal touchmediaafrica.co.ug ni website eri makuru following ha X ha website YouTube channel na Twitter nza kuba turiyo kurika yo mukahumuro sebo
narugayo
katandikiraho. Do you think it's relevant? Let me be direct. Kushanga really ihanga priorities ziruho okushitama kwishenjero mu byanga icyetagisa.
Now the framing of Ugandan politics is not for ideas. That's the challenge we have. If it was for ideas, tukabe between the parliament etarumbantu 557 plus the ex-officials. Konka omunsi yona tine hikiri cyo kutambuza parliament because it is very expensive.
That's one.
Ekyakabiri Uganda kitwakakirare ngoro n'ubucakube cyetengisa. I'll give you example. President wa Tanzania Samia Suluhu Excellency umwaka uganje ku celebrating independence at that 500 million is twanza kwesa katuziteko primary schools tureza kwasa kwindura. Now natanakana statement ndo kugira ngo politics ya Uganda is not for ideas, it's just populism. That's the challenge. Twaza kudiscussing issue ejo is very big.
True.
One niza kubanza na blaming aba opposition member of parliament
kandi
kushaze mijere aha last hour because sentence kazi yo budget obwirebe kushaze mijere kuhakanse etebekanse za regional parliament ekeri eria esente bakupassinga esente mu budget konkate sente mwazitiro mu budget imwe mwenyini bayemba parliament kandi atumye mujyango wa angu kikachugwire. So that's the idea I'm talking about, that abantu bari mu parliament konkate bakoma even to analyze the report or budget nibafa kupassinga kukanike mukono. That's the biggest challenge. So arubajuru wa opposition baketera goro mukoreka murangensi yona ngo mu parliament mwa mutariyo niba kutisa ubundi mwa mutaka bamanya koze sentence mukazipassinga kumweze kuzipassinga kandi mushaze mugira amhero because iteka ndagira ngo irya government to kubasa ku diverting sente za regional parliament to kubasa kugira ngo tuziteko mu marwaro. That law is there omberagira bya Uganda bikutegeke sente Financial Management Act. So that was a very big error for opposition in the parliament. Number two, you member of parliament opposition ningu wa NRM ebintu ebyo kabicenga because that one takes us back to the service award kote kajango ebintu bakapasi but still these people were complaining so idea populism
kugarizaho kacenyuma ehiwa jango omwihanga omunsi yona tine cyarabire kandi Uganda tekabiye kucikaho konka kandi katucine omberagiro kuyikiriza speaker okushitamisa parliament bona hari kwenda so step 1 ebe how wagira ngo Uganda tekashira
if in Tanzania they must celebrate independence it is constitutional
but the relevance of the independence and
that's what we are saying konka speaker kachireba ngo her image na parliament image eriyo siskara bayino bazamu kibakweta ngo PR icyo bintu bakora bacita PR public relations kugaruka in some parliament nicyo bari bakora now let me tell you parliament baza guru koko be bari guru they spent 5 billion nenda koreka how Uganda is spending President Museveni yasimbure moto kwa Kazambarara every route he spends 2.8 billion President Museveni was in Gulu so if you get 5 billion plus 2.8 billion ntwa turiyo mu 7.8 billion every member of parliament was given 1.6 million and fun enough ekibechera how bakabahe sente for accommodation upkeep and transport but they used parliament vehicles bakwesana parliament vehicles kuza Gulu izo nazo kaziba ziza transport yabo so if you get 557 members of parliament ukona bakabahereza bakabara 1.6 million ukagitiza president 2.8 billion ukagituneza parliament that was spending 5 billion it is close to 10 billion so you say one sitting just to know that all the 4 sittings you are going to spend 40 billion if President Museveni choose to go in that area that is a lot of money 40 billion that's what we are calculating because so far we are calculating like one seat we are calculating 10 billion including MP's allowance president and speaker is a spending that's a lot of money for a country like Uganda who is spending her regional sittings
ezenshtameza ha muntu wa burijo mama wanje ari ruborogoto kwa hansi muzeyi wawe ashtame kuriya hansi shema wishtamezi already zaziri kuriya na ubundi na followinga ku ya followinga hata bazireta winaganyirwa munkaye
unabimbe ni brand watangu abakuru bakuzire sente basi umushawo that is nonsense
I don't know video buto arebe ba MP bakuzira nabishiki baguru
that is really make no sense ekintu kikuya mu Uganda kikokweta mu shushi ku sente ati ibyo korukatera amasinde za chambra kwa
shukuru
zandebo kwe wote kumanisha parliament kujitoto tinde chikoko kwa parliament yashitama kapa washitama
manje damba
wena anda kuti aina miziko kuna yazo mwiroro nashanga yene bazi abana n'abashoma wenchakwe ati to elite class to level to ya ndizwe n'ukuje tukaganira bako tukucheka they don't even care
washitahera yatera karuka MP
nabo yakatera shingira ukumi do you expect that person kuja kama tubashitamba tukanyira mwiki nothing itu ndio tukuje this is wrong chwi umwanya kukwata sentence mukashisha tutambura muzkwatu ndeke mbazka ndeke mbazka that's our role the elite class rero bari bateze bakuru kuno bazo mw'ijoro bashanga rero bazo baje kumite kuzici umuntu mbazo tuburiyo mutuza mwite utezwa ko ruwa kutosha mukola mito mbara utine kimwe kwati so the most important thing harbo kushanga ibintu n'izimaloji n'amashanyarazi n'imbazo mwabo ana n'amasoma that's what they want akatereke toche kabo amabugo yabo that's what they want
ahora kasente
kache ubwo byari binwashita it doesn't care because na budget kuzikurikiza yego kuzikurikiza konga kubima ujidira katiki kole is their challenge in their social life
do you think they need awareness about this parliament umuntu wabrijama n'imishengere byakora n'iketa cyone
tuna banda tutanika framing of Ugandan politics not for ideas if it was for ideas
but the president always tells us ideology
it is impossible njizukira ideology let me give you an example in Israel ogoro lokisho mwiga wataniga 18 must go and serve the country for 1 year. Muzuma serving a really academy. You look serving 1 year.
Nkibya cyangwanze mwe.
Akaba umusho ntezumpe mu Tayosben you bari muri Liverpool mu Bwiza. Time ke Liverpool ya dead ya agenda ya kurachi. Yes, service country service. That one died long time ago. On the top of idea no kugira ngo umwana waheze in 60. Your qualification among your qualification to take it to university. You must be having a certificate from Japan's of cadaship. That's what brings the ideology to the 7. Not because I'm not sure that I'm harando, Arukumara, as a P7, as a Chico 7, and what he wants is a joke. So to the idea. So ideology depends on the population you're leading. Because I think Serikali mahini nicho kweta zero wing ndo kuyumcharo ukichana ukutema abantu uko simu kumpa training ndo kwa zero wing humanity. I respect command
bakusanguro gakara zero
muri program uko. So we lack that program population that helps to build the ideology president story.
Earlier I talked of parliament okushita mangumpira yibarwat. Do you think they will get it? Because if you look at that hashtag parliament, which is clearly later we've needed number, and later on the people that were leading it had some donation and they were doing it intentionally, not even with any aim. No language PRA parliament yeno ronde yagamba kushitamu byano. Ni chakutitereza ni chakutereza izina ya parliament.
Ati ni sasa wa parliament bali hati. Itu mu bihugu tukoze kabo kabura government kuza kucheta opposition no kugambira abantu kigametse kwita ubushoma ano mukikuru wanje kuyo na government iki niyo shoma so usually wa government abantu mu yose chicho wakachukua na watu wengi wa parliament iki na washuma government ya president 7 ndio so itwe ni kitu kiragamba tamani mu kiyagande abantu bakachukua
kama muhumuzi
ingu no ijo kwata abantu muchikomi ubwe bamwe kumwana bakwase n'abantu but these are not the real calculated corruption in this country. Tamare boda kalita banyana so mberubi abashita akadi n'abashira bamushikara bakasaba adra yashobo mugabe yashobo mutajati nini ndio yo kushora so ubu mnyana kumbuka ti wakora chi wanyana so hata abamawanda n'abanyana because Ugandans na itontumanye abashoma kuzino ba you know they it's this money no wanda takanya billion kaka ni sapata we know it's this money but they are sport free they are okay they are not in prison so abanega abatezi bakora corruption n'abati so chikumene kuri no para that's why we are saying this is not important. Do other things. Arrest the corrupt. If you want to create the PRA elegant, arrest the corrupt. You speaker from Uganda by the talking about Uganda, the speaker of the Senate. Arumshaba kana mwita Alexander Wibari. On 16 September 1980, he resigned.
As speaker
of parliament. I'm not going to be a speaker because by then executive, I think Benaisa. We can't enforce him. We are creating more constituencies in Busoga. He said I cannot take this thing. He resigned. It's our first speaker in that resign. I will tell him that our speaker they have no remorse. We can resign, we can do better. But we can create 2 billion. We will 2 billion. Umwaka mmoja is 2 billion unaweza speaker kwa kumutaka one of the PRA used to say, but in this need I can buy my things. Because we pay you salary. Kushangu ile 2 billion unaweza kuzana unaweza speak. Or in 700 million for fund, a lot of money. As a citizen of Uganda or as a patriot, or you know when we look at it, they say to me, because you're paying me salary, I can afford.
That's what people want
to listen. That taking parliament to Marala hosted Uganda or Guru, which doesn't make sense.
So that means these sittings, teenagers that are into parliament
cannot change. Nothing will be done. What will happen here? Lodges will work that day.
Hotels,
they will work. Actually, in Brown Canterbury, food comes from Serena. Even the food they ate in Guru, they drove it from Serena. saka kakunda kayigulu kule biza kubaserena if
hoteli zite za zikuma kuteka
ibyo biza kubaretera food poisoning and so on and so forth. So mbara nzo kutuma umushaka kutayisa bakara n'abandi nabo baza kwemera kuko alisira bakuba kagamba but nothing will be done because shemekwa zituko shemekwa chiri budget. Even if parliament you come to Mbarara, priorities abanyambalisi
Katete bridge
budget it will not be implemented. So it is also the time. Now this year financial year we are implementing budget we passed it.
The other financial year.
It was English which is that. So the only point is bakagambira abanyambalisi. They are telling budget because nature didn't kugira ngo we are not supposed to divert funds, government funds to other priorities. So it just PR not PR, but we should stick on the budget. You should be going to level Wanyambara what are going to benefit in this budget because that's the role of parliament and local government. So coming to Mbarara is just PR.
Webale Munonga. Nyomwazyo the other day actually incident ya birari Bobi Wine. Turebere polisi yarga yerekebishane byayo n'abantu ko bari barekebishane byayo. What's going on? Bari no batizanda documentary ndije yagiro muri America ninga niki yaruki. What's that wave now?
Why? Should know that he is no longer a foot soldier. He's a man of high stature. But he should behave as the honorable.
His Excellency actually kwa Zimbabwe president.
He should behave like that. So that's why I also been supporting each Kirango. Umuntara about the second one from elections as president. I don't know where I will lead of opposition.
That's really new.
If Bobi Wine as a leader of opposition, and should be going a lead and the official government, you will be having right of way. So it is taking a back using the opposition when the administration, which is taking parliament. No matter which issue, that's why it takes me back there. Our parliament, because selecting a leader of opposition, there must be elections. He should be elected, not appointed. So Senyon was appointed, not elected. And
which was illegal.
Political party, but there should be consensus of all political parties.
Opposition.
Like how we should want to do between us when it is. He consulted even members of parliament. He consulted all political parties. So Senyon was appointed, not elected. Actually, we can control because he was appointed, not elected. But we should be elected. So, now, we one of opposition was the opposition, meaning that second runner of election.
The leader of opposition. But it doesn't match wanjangu orabe second runner ahabwa president kandi abin we aba leader of opposition no washakuwa mushumidara because that nandi nyedo wa president.
Let me give you constitution yaba article 6 bigira mu president wasinga ko speaker must stand for the constitution. 7 subsection 1 actually 21 subsection 1 bigira president wasinga ko party ya utufona ba ministers 50% should be 30% of the you can also go if so Lumu I support Lumu in two things. The speaker, deputy speaker should come from
opposition.
We should have elections for
the leader of opposition.
Because leader of opposition always appear that that's why Senate you say don't go to do others way. But if all of them elected him and they believe in him, God should put them no. We are not going.
Our leader has said.
So I support Lumu on those two things. And also I really love that constitutional sections. Our president, speaker, our president. Because if you say that we elect leader of opposition, also government leader of government business, so it's going to take by consensus. So, Bobi Wine, my advice is no longer foot soldier. Let foot soldiers do this work. Even in the constitution, Bobi Wine is entitled for security. where you can try. But my friend, you will die in unknown circumstances because now you are so losing his life.
True.
So even police, when you look at we have again had to be uniform. There is a day when you will be out of uniform. You will go back to the populace, you go back to the population. You not go to Tanzania, you not go to Uganda, Kenya. This is the real people. Us. We need to Zaga.
Abarukuzaga
Zaga wote ni bawa aje, watu ibugo ni kulo. Noza ko wote ni bawa aje, watu
yabo je budget.
Noza ko wote it will be very very hard for you because there is no doubt President Museveni will leave power. Whether by election or by age or by God's plan. NRM will be history like oh yeah, UPC and DP. Other people will come. Where will you be? So they get to Tamzina again to connect things. When we are going to the police, we get the motor to behave because we are not in elections. We will go to the we will come into complaining. We will go to campaigning. This is they have told you please. Go to Vic and go. So we lack respect, mutual respect among security officers and politicians. If that respect will be there,
politics za Uganda no jangu zabire kushikali ejo level yo no zigambirawo. Shanga ngo they say Khoi-Khoi, yes we respect you konka temba motokotai ojitembo jendo. Do you think our politics, especially when it comes to the opposition political parties,
politics za Uganda it's very extreme. Why? That's a very, very big question. You are a politician who can go
advising about
because it is very hard. But it is very hard because he knows this situation I'm supposed to live like this because of the people he has and people he's dealing with. But because you also have the people you are dealing with, let us go. That is very wrong. That is lack of respect to the security officers and lack of respect to yourself. So respect yourself first. Even people you are working with, you are going to respect that. Being a good boy, if he's good, he's going like this. But the way you behave is the same discipline you transfer to the people that you are leading, and that causes another.
So we still have a long way to go.
A long way to go as long as by over politician, I'll use the word bayai because they behave like bayai. So that's the biggest challenge. That's why I always tell people, as I read the politician. Politics was shown, and you get a political science. You cannot just now politician. This is a process. No. Politicians do political science. That's what makes you a politician and a good politician. That is very wrong. So politics is the open gate for everyone, whereby there is kind of regulation that should be there that can pave that display.
So who is Khoi-Khoi in 2026?
In the consultations.
Niko mukutandika abantu banyezire.
So it was January next year I would have taken my stand, whether to stand in Mbarara or I go back to Shema. So since there is a roadmap to show the commission, already. You go and consult. That's what he says. You go and consult. We will work with the exploration strategy. Because in primaries they are around July next year. So if our NN officer participates, that means starting the war is pure politics. So next year 2025 is pure politics, no doubt. Actually starting with December. So we are doing consultations. If we shall participate. But no doubt whether by God's grace, I will be in the elections of 2026.
Alright, Mnonga. Touch Media on program ekibozi twine makashoshe kya kutweta take one. Ninkunda ka take one konka it be choose one of your favorites. Ebindi kubuza otuhire mu kimwe kikusingayo. So now we are going in for the take one. Let's begin with food. Akaro, ebitoche, na kahungu. Which is your favorite? Why?
Because of nutrients, as iron, the body always needs iron. So I'll go for
2 coffee bushera.
I'll go for coffee.
But then the others wawagambira karuka ndati
Yes, I'll go for coffee. Because also complex.
asho bushera nabuka obu wawakunzira karukuriya no kuwakagambaho kanja kuno karu
Akajya kuriya shati kwa coffee.
babeso summer winter obwire bwenjura ningo obwire bw'omushana.
I'll go for winter.
Really?
I'll go for winter. Wagamba winter nasema chachabu. Wagamba umushana y'imvura.
Umanya winter no kugira ngo abazungu bakatugira
Rainy season
or sunny.
So I'll go with rainy season.
Go with the rainy season. So that means in, out. Where would you prefer to be?
In, out. I'll be in.
Of course, obu awakunzira enjura
I'll be in.
n'abaana bangahe omuntu wa ini
Ati, this is what ushobora abantu basi. What will you wish? Between the age of what you are between your baby and the chances of getting married is 85%. When you are the chances is 50% getting married.
zashowe.
One in 10 actually the chances reduce to 15%. However, if you are 22, 28, the chances are 15%. From 28 to 35, the percentage raises to 75%. From 35 and above, your bar raises to 65%. What does that mean? With age, women depreciate. With age, men appreciate. It looks to you must choose good training. So, during the Lucas, the challenge is
Ekyamero pushing or cover enketo nokunda pushing or cover. Actually it should be sneakers. Pushing or sneakers?
I will go for pushing.
Why?
It's like asking the answer, why do you get money? Why do you get money? I'm an asshole. We do anything that I look for money. So for us assholes, pushing.
I think covers would be good as very boots.
Pushing.
Everybody know. Nashemerwa everybody twegitaho Touch Media. The door is open for you. Anytime, please. Let's discuss these issues for the transformation of our country.
Thank you so much.
Nashemerwa. Omurebi wa Touch Media webali mnonga kutwegitaho n'abantu yayise Sir Khoi-Khoi. Iri izina rye nyine oyijuke otija ku kandi kinene ko taramburi zizina rya izina rye nyine ni Sir Khoi-Khoi. No mumbanya butegeki abari mu ehangomo kandi consultant of media, biomedical engineer. Biomedical engineer bakora kice nyine be specific. Eki bakora cye nyine.
Abantu bari guteka. Abazungu ibarwa. Let's say people need to X-ray. X-ray is calibration period. Even after 6 months, they need to calculate it. Calculated no good and what as a values.
Chine byakore.
But kitebe kansa yeguye. Kitereza bakasha amachi. You have calculated the watch. So uko kazungu ibarwa. Ateka afite ko X-ray calculated. Kize. It's a results of the bomb was good. And in those ways it's quick. So what's up? This is about the race fast. Wasikuita siri yao, siri ni wasafa, weza kufa, perhaps in biomedical engineering kuna ibyo bikora mu Rwanda iyo mutekushize
Mwenu ori makanika webyoma byo mu Rwanda.
Rero cya kabiri biomedical engineering kumeka ngashobora ko ibyo biri mu Rwanda because in hospitals equipment is the first one. Dokta kwasi ni wazao kucho. So icho cha kama result So biomedical engineering is all about medical equipment.
Webale mnonga kutureba ha Touch Media Africa. Ninguisa subscription nokutayira website ya Touch Media Africa teka mu torchmediaafrica.co.ug kusiye gundi murundi mukama akundindire.